So yeah, it's been a pretty slow week in America, yo. Well, not really slow. I mean, there's been a lot of things like the signal gate and the earthquake in Myanmar. Oh, and there's another earthquake that happened near, I think, Australia today, actually.
And you know what else? People missing. Like, that's the scary part.
Missing
Like,
where?
There are missing people
Yeah, there's a missing person, you know?
from the earthquake.
No, someone was supposed to be here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Shout out to, our fan favorite, Mr. Yo-Yo.
Hey, he promised you.
He
was gonna be here.
He promised us.
That's crazy. Well, oh well.
Just
But,
pray for Mr. Yo-Yo.
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all see that intervention episode did not work. So, I think we need an intervention
Oh,
part
he's calling me right now.
two.
All right, he might join us then.
I guess we got to start
What's going
over.
on, Mr.
But
Yo-Yo?
you know what? Let's just,
Yeah, just keep
chat
it going,
and,
yeah.
And we'll just cut there. Man, how was service today?
Can't we hear you, dude?
Third time in the month talking about tithing, money. Man, money is always an uncomfortable conversation, and when you bring in religion into it, it becomes weird and awkward, you know?
Yeah, it does, because I know your brother was telling me, the church that we go to, they only talked about money once, twice at most, like every other year that he's been. And then out of nowhere, for the past 3 weeks, they've had 3 different pastors talk about, tithing. So yeah, it definitely made me feel, I mean, I'm not even a follower. I'm just there to learn about the Bible. And it made me feel like, oh, well, I guess my education on the Bible has come to an end, because now this is where things are starting to get weird.
Well,
Yeah, it's just like, my first thought is, all right, like judging it, it feels uncomfortable. I'm like, all right, something weird is going on. But then I just want to learn more about it also, because what if the money is going for something greater, right? Like, if they're truthful, you got to have faith in that, right? But you just never know. I don't know.
I mean, I understand their message of, if you get like spiritually fed at a place, you would want to donate to the church so that not only you, but maybe like others can also be spiritually fed. Maybe like the next generation, because the church is still like standing and stuff. And but I just feel like, from someone observing from the outside, just one gentle reminder, like one whole entire service was already more than enough. But like they did 3 services, and I just was like, okay, what's going on in the finance department for y'all to be, out here begging like this?
Yeah, it's like, maybe it's like you're an exception to this. Like, you get things like that, right? It's like all these other like retarded people, just they need reminders every single time, right? It's like,
yeah, they're like NPCs in
Yeah.
the Matrix.
they're gonna be making the same mistakes for
Over
until they
and
die,
over and
you know.
over.
And it's like, you gotta keep them in check.
Man.
So,
Just like people vote the same way, that act shocked when, they get the same results.
But I mean, like today with, when the pastor was talking, he was like, yeah, it just sounds like, he was kind of bragging it, like rubbing it in like the churchgoer's face. He was like, yeah, I have to decide whether I'm going to, like donate for the Lord, or I'm going to buy another pair of Nikes. And he's like, I'm still probably going to buy the pair of Nikes. And I'm like,
What?
whoa, where's that extra money coming from, Pastor? Like, what do you mean? How do you have the option to?
Maybe I need to show up to church for the
Like-
first time.
Yeah, I was just like, okay.
I want to say some things.
But I mean, it's kind of strange too. Do all churches have the same like schedule or like agenda? Because I don't know if you guys saw
YouTube
that.
or no?
Yeah, you guys saw that video, right? Like that one video where that one church, like it was a black pastor
I
where
saw
he's
the
like,
clip. It came out. You saw
Yeah.
it today or
yeah,
no?
I saw it like 2-3 days ago where like
$40,000.
the black pastor was like, ushers lock the door, and that's why like the pastor at church that we go to today, he made that same joke. He's like
Oh,
he's like,
okay.
ushers lock the door, and it's like, I'm just kidding, I'm just kidding. That's why like the whole entire like crowd like laughed. But I mean, that's kind of crazy, right? Just it's like if everyone in here just donates $20, I need $20 from everyone online, and then everyone in this, auditorium, we'll have we'll reach our goal of 40,000. And I'm like,
Bro,
yeah,
when they were talking about tithing today, like I kind of like dozed off, and I was like counting the number of chairs like in a row, right? And then like, yeah, I was counting the row and the column, and I was like, all right, if each person donated fucking $50, there's like 20 in one row, right? And then there's
Yeah.
like I think like 30 in a column. That's what, like 500 in that one
Holy.
section. Just so there's a middle section and the left section.
yeah. There's like left, right, middle,
and now back.
and then the back, like the
Yeah.
high bleachers areas.
So maybe that could seat like 10,000 people, right?
Well, there's a sign at the front door. It says maximum occupancy is like, I want to say it said 4,000.
Oh, 4,000.
4,600.
4,600.
4,600, yeah. But that's in the auditorium, and they're not even counting the people that are online. Like, people tune in, and then they have other campuses.
Yeah.
Like
so let's say it was, okay, 4,600 times $20. Like, how much would that be? You're good at math.
That's like 92,000. 92,000?
All right, let's say 100K.
Oh, no. 920,000 actually. Because what is 4,600, right? And then and then 46 times 2 is 92. Then you add,
Almost a million?
no, that's
Oh.
92,000.
90,000. Okay.
Yeah, 92,000.
And how many like services do they have a day? It's like 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, so like 3 services on Sunday. They also have that Saturday evening service, but then that's like, for really dedicated members.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just count like Sunday, right? Like 3 services times 92,000. That's $276,000 in like
Yo.
a day.
So when they're trying to reach that $1 million goal, that's
Yeah.
nothing. That's just like a
Nothing.
facade right there, right? They're
Yeah.
keeping like a billion.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand what's going on, and yeah, I mean, I understand, like, I get it, like, a church can't run for free, right? You got to pay for electricity, you got to pay for the gas, water, whatever, and all the production crew and all of that, but
Wait,
man,
every church needs a production crew?
not every church,
Oh,
but
okay.
if you reach that level of, like, I guess you have enough resources because you have a good following, you can start like, streaming your services online and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But this church that we go to is not even like as crazy as like some other church,
It's like
because
the Circus du Soleil churches, They got like midgets jumping and
is that still like politically correct, y'all, like midgets, or do we just say
We'll call
like
them
little
dwarfs.
people, like just little people? I don't even know anymore.
yeah, I don't even
Man,
know.
if you call anyone a little person, they'll just get angry.
What's that little person? That's worse.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you call,
It's like little, and then lil is like is bad,
Okay.
Just like the other word, like the N word.
Yeah, but like just
'Cause if you call-
sometimes if you have like friends that are in that culture and they give you a pass, you can say the word, just but never ever the hard R.
But I wonder if that's like double offensive. If they're a midget and you say lil, and then that's like-
Man,
what's up,
That's-
little?
that's crazy.
No, but about the church stuff, it's like, what would like give me more confidence in the church? Let's say Abel called up a family member and to investigate if they're actually doing stuff in Myanmar, and that would be pretty cool if he could have confirmation and be like, oh yeah, they're helping out and stuff. I'll be like, all right, there's some benefit to that, right?
We have extended family members like crazy, and friends are there.
Oh, you do?
No, I'm saying like Southeast Asian families in general. We have too many family members.
Yeah. So like he was saying, he can call up like, the family members that he has in Myanmar where he donates to that church and ask them to go and investigate what that church is actually doing.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
With
I
their
thought you
money.
meant like using the church as communications because it's always biased communication.
No, because the pastor was talking about how I don't know what they're doing in Myanmar and like helping the people out and stuff,
Well, as far as I've been seeing, the leader has been like BSing around and people are making memes and reels of him. He's literally just sitting down, talking, walking around, looking at stuff, not really picking up anything, and then just walking off, getting helicopters, taking photo ops, and then going to parties.
Damn.
But that's the behind the scenes, the parties, so he don't want you taking pictures of that. Some people have leaked that.
I mean, they have a whole like civil war going on right now, so I don't even know if the earthquake is on their mind that.
They're still bombing the shit out of people, because there's more pictures of that than him doing anything.
Oh, talking about leaders, like it popped up on my feed. I don't know if he's a king or something of Thailand, and he's like,
we have a king.
He's like
there's a king.
He's a gay king or something.
No, that's not true.
Have you seen the pictures? He's like wearing a tank top and like, those bell bottoms that he wears like at the bottom, so you could see that the little V and stuff. Like he looks like a faggot, man. Like,
hey, you can't say that word, but amongst the people, he's like the party guy, but he's not the first son, because the first son.
Oh, it's a son.
I
heard they're killing people too if they share that photo in Thailand.
I don't think so. They don't give a shit. They'll arrest your ass if you're posting on Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah, arrest you and then kill you.
Yeah, they'll never find you again.
He did something. He will do some things to you, but I don't want to go into
gay
detail.
stuff?
No, like you won't be seen or ever heard.
I think
from
I'd rather
him.
be killed.
Yeah, you're gonna get that for sure.
You just said he wants to do some things to me. Like what kind of things?
He do things to you and then kill you.
Oh my gosh, nah, man.
Because the first son is a doctor in Florida, but now he's back in Thailand. So there might be friction between power. So right now things are calm. But his father, the current king, his father, everyone loved him. But the current king right now, it's a mixed bag. Most people, they don't want to say what they want to say, but they don't really like how he's not like his father.
And are there sons and daughters also?
There's only 2 sons that he had, the previous king that died. But now the current king only has 1 son. Actually, yeah. Or was it 2 sons? I don't know, but from your topic, yeah. I've seen those pictures. I think he's a party animal, but I don't know enough because a lot of the stuff that people post, you don't know anything about his life compared to his dad. Everyone knows about his life.
But if he's a party animal, like he's doing so much cocaine. If you do too much cocaine, you turn gay, basically, right?
Oh, how do you know that?
I just heard that's what cocaine. Yo, I've never touched a white powder ever.
Oh, okay.
But you know how to get it, right?
No, I don't.
But how have you not seen it? I thought you saw it.
I didn't see it.
You never seen it?
But
I've heard stories.
Your days like back in Mexico, you never like. What? Your days in Mexico, you never saw the white powder, man?
No, they're too poor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn. That's not what they show in the movies and stuff. Y'all got like villas and compounds and stuff like, with all the keys that they be moving.
I mean, yeah, and the, it isn't yellow also in Mexico.
Damn.
So like, if I went to Mexico, I would just like blend in right away. Like, y'all would definitely not be able to see
look at me.
Yeah, I just blend in with like the background.
Damn.
Yeah, like whole time that I'm there.
Shit.
Man. But Y'all saw like NASA that like rover on Mars discovered a rock that contained what they believe to be like signs of ancient life, like microbiotes and like it's like basically the rock contained a really long carbon chain, and usually like a long carbon chain means like fatty acids or something like that. So they say like based on their dating, it could be as old as like 3.5 billion years old. And yeah, I mean that's
Man, another rock. It's like,
yep. Like they say, like the place that they found it on Mars is it's a region called, if I remember correctly, it's called Yellowknife, and it's basically like it looks like a dried up riverbed, and
is that your gangster name?
yeah, yeah. Damn, that's crazy that the topic like actually went full circle like that. Yellowknife. Yeah, that is my man, but yeah, like the region on Mars is called a Yellowknife, and you know how like when a riverbed dries out, you guys can kind of see like how the rocks at the bottom have like the splits and the cracks and stuff. So like they took a rock from there, and the rover did a sample on it and dated it back to 3.5 billion years ago. And while I was reading the article, I was like, wait, how can I was curious because people always talk about carbon dating, but like up to a certain amount of time, right? The amount of carbon is so little. How do you pick it up? And I was just curious. So the threshold for carbon dating is 50,000 years, and beyond that, they go to like other techniques that they never mentioned. Like I saw potassium argon dating, plutonium radon like dating and stuff, and you can go like beyond like the threshold of carbon dating because yeah, I was just curious. I was like, wait, how do you date something 3.5 billion years? And then another thing, like the rover, right? I mean, it's collecting the rock, but there's nobody that, like, how do you know that? How do I know that NASA didn't, I don't know, like program the machine wrong or something? How do you know that it's 3.5 billion years? And then also,
that's like God level, like
that's
looking
like
into the past.
yeah,
in a
like
way.
because what they say, like human life first appeared on Earth. They say, some people say 300,000 years, and then there are like people that say like 2 million years. So now you're talking about 3.5 billion years ago there was life on Mars.
I don't buy that shit, man. I don't buy those methods of dating. I don't know.
Right? Like, and it doesn't make sense because what I'm trying to think is, okay, carbon on Earth, it might have that half-life, right? But in Mars atmosphere, how would that change the half-life of something, right? Like, how do you know that it behaves the same? Like, there's no atmosphere. Like, the atmosphere is different on Mars. What if it triggers some other changes? Like, it's exposed to like different conditions. And yeah, to say 3.5 billion years is kind of wild to think about. Now it just brings up more alien conspiracy theories. Like what? Like the aliens we used to live on Mars, and now you see it looks like that because that was the aftermath of the nuclear war, like the first nuclear war, and now we're about to repeat on Earth like nuclear war, and Earth is gonna look like that next. Damn. Like,
Speaking of
Hey, get closer to her mic.
oh, speaking of that, today President Trump said he's going to threaten to bomb the shit out of Iran if they don't agree to a nuclear deal. So we might be heading there sooner.
oh, okay. So
He really said that?
That's today on X.
so if you don't agree to not use bombs, I'm gonna bomb you.
Yeah.
Like basically is what
But
he's saying.
It's crazy because some countries need those bombs as self-defense or to prevent other countries from attacking them.
It's like we should give a nuclear bomb to every country in the world.
Oh.
That would be terrible because I know exactly where the nuclear war is going to start. I know exactly.
Wait, the worst countries already have it, so
Yeah, I feel like apparently, there's some nuclear warheads that are stored in Vietnam that, they just kind of left there. So I don't know how true that is. That sounds like some Fort Knox conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I don't believe they'll have it there.
I feel like Vietnam would have it. Like
I don't believe.
I think so.
All right, what's your take? Like, what makes you believe?
Because
that
I mean, all right, they won the Vietnam War, right? So it's like they're smart people in in guerrilla warfare, But I feel like they're just they won that war. They're smart enough to be like, all right, we gotta do something major to keep like protecting ourselves from all these other countries, from the U.S. The U.S. is not going to be the first country to probably invade Vietnam, right? So that's what I think.
I just don't think they have the personnel with the proper training and capabilities to, put that to use unless they really have Russians.
Wait, why do you say that?
Secretly training them, huh?
Why do you say that?
Because it's still a developing country, and I don't know, man. I just don't see it possible yet.
I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy from out of the Vietnam War. What if, like, America went there under the guise of fighting the war, but they transported a nuclear warhead to have it ready, pointed right at Russia and China,
and North Korea.
Like, at any given moment, like, we're gonna, around that time, like, you remember the Bay of Pigs where Russia moved nuclear warheads to Cuba. America, right? Vietnam, Cuba, like, that's about like the same.
Yeah.
Like, you just have it stationed right there, ready to go. And, you have this guise of war. Everyone is like fighting in the background. Like, the engineers are just sneaking in like a bomb and hiding it in one of their like secret bunkers out there.
Yeah, they did say one of the reasons why they started the Vietnam War was they found oil in some of the rivers.
Oh, was it opium? I thought it was because of opium.
Opium was next door in Laos. So
okay.
The Golden Triangle area.
Yeah, I mean, there's oil right now on the islands that China has been fighting, like, a lot of countries, like Vietnam and a couple of other, like,
Spartan
Asian,
Islands, yeah. 3 different
countries.
countries are trying to claim it. Actually, 4.
Yeah, so there are a lot of conspiracy theories about all these wars. Every war in history, there's something. They'll tell you, like, oh, this is why it was fought, but then there'll be, other files or documents that come out that makes you, think otherwise.
Yes, and sometimes it's hard to believe these files because you never know if it's, like, real information or information that's meant to, like, take you to the wrong direction. Like the JFK files. I mean, yesterday someone released, I think it was NBC or one of the news stations released a photo showing that Lee Harvey Oswald, the sniper, was in the crowd watching JFK in the fucking car. And I'm like, I look at the photo, I'm like, where? I can't. Even with glasses, I can't see. Maybe someone else can see it.
That's definitely AI generated.
If it's true, then he was a really good sniper. He shot him and then ran off.
Yeah.
And no one said a thing.
Like, everyone just like, oh yeah, you can use my shoulder as the sniper rest. Yeah, just
It's like that one Christmas.
yeah, just here. I'll help you here. Let me stabilize your sniper for you.
It's like that one Christmas movie where the kid shot his eye with a BB gun. They're like, oh, this is a grown man with a BB gun. You're gonna shoot your eye out, boy. Oh crap! He shot the president. It's not a BB gun.
Yeah, and with the whole like JFK thing, the files came out, and now there's like a ton of different conspiracy theories. Now another theory that I heard is that because Israel, he went against them because there was a thing called like the International Agent Registry, something like that. It's like basically he tried to enforce a rule where if you're a secret agent for other nations, you have to register, your work in a database so that like they, or I think it's like if you're a secret agent from another country in the U.S. or something like that, he tried to enforce that law, and then it had something to do with like this Israeli like APAC. That's the organization is called, like APAC, and yeah.
It's like, are they really registering? Like, if you're really gonna
No.
come into this
Yeah.
country, it's like to make us feel safe in a way. It's like, oh, some secret service agents from other countries are gonna register. It's
No.
like, what the
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm a spy. Here's my badge.
Yeah, and like I mean, like that whole thing also has some connection to like Epstein and Ghislaine. It like I went into like a rabbit hole, and then it led to like Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. How like Ghislaine's father, he was able to get like 3 or 4 different passports because of that whole like program of that Israeli program. Like he was a secret service agent, and that's how he maybe like got all of that intel and all these high ranking like officials, passed it down to his daughter and Epstein, and they used it as leverage to be like, hey, come with us to our island, we'll have a good time, we'll have party, we have, girls and stuff like that. And then you get there and it's like, I never said they were elf age girls. I just said that we had girls.
And it's like, I'm already here, so
And then it's like, when you're there, then they like snap a photo of you just literally sitting there, like having a drink, making a conversation. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're talking to a minor.
and you already came bricked up. Like you
Yeah.
got a Viagra beforehand, so it's like,
It's like, well, fuck,
Yeah.
over with.
I can see that the spies using blackmail just to make sure everything goes their way for their country.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, that happens with just in everyday, like, I think not just, like, in that society, but I just feel like blackmail happens all the time, like, if someone doesn't want your downfall, let's say, like, you're a married man, like, he can just be like, oh, come to this party, it's like a boys' night out or something like that, and next thing you know, you show up and there are some, girls you didn't know is gonna be there. He snaps a photo, sends it to your wife. Hey, he was talking to another woman. Oh, if you don't give me this money, I'm gonna send this to your wife and blah blah blah. And now it's gonna become like a whole issue, So that's why out here you gotta be
Politics
careful.
is dirty.
I mean, you gotta be careful, man. People really move like foul. Yeah, people really move foul out here, so you gotta be careful, who you hang around and who
you
you
think
place your trust in.
blackmailing is like a natural tendency for humans, just in general. Like blackmailing is like a extreme form of knowing something from another person and never saying anything about it, right? It's like we have that tendency, but we can use it for evil or
Yeah, I
for
mean,
good.
I feel like it is a natural tendency in people because inherently, I believe that inherently, like, people are evil, and
because I got some stuff
Yeah.
on y'all, and now like,
oh man,
no, I'm just kidding.
oh man,
but-
well, don't worry, buddy, we got stuff on you too. We know you're from Mexico.
Yeah, man.
One call, that's all ice. Like one call,
Yo, chill.
one call.
You got
that's-
me in check.
Hey man, we both got it. But hey, talking about ICE, like people always think that it's like, oh, it's Hispanic. Majority, yes, I understand. Like Hispanic, like migrants are illegally crossing, but people should know that it's all nationalities crossing over that border down in like the southern, U.S. Like we got people that come here from Asian countries on like go to Mexico for vacation, and then they just sneak on over the U.S. border. And that's why, like, I know in the Asian community, like specifically like nail salons, they get raided because now they find out that some salon workers are undocumented. They came over here and Yep, like
Yeah.
gone.
That'd
My-
be so funny, like seeing that live. Let's say I was like just in there getting like a.
Yeah. Why are you getting it?
I've never got my nose done, but let's just say, but like seeing that whole situation. No, 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 no. It's like,
Damn.
I mean, I'll feel sad, but it'll be kind of funny like afterwards.
I mean,
you know?
like, yeah, it's just, yeah, like I would feel sad, but at the end of the day, it's like, hey,
You broke the
you
law.
know, you broke the law, and it's just like every single, at least like, you know, every race, well, not every race, but mainly like, you know, the Hispanic community has to go through worse than, you know, what y'all are going through. So, I mean,
It's like those
yeah.
that Cuban soccer team that never came back. I think it was it was like the 2006 World Cup or some shit.
That's crazy.
And Cuba made it to the World Cup, right? So they came to the it was a qualifier game or something, and they came to the U.S. to play. It was like Costa Rica or some other country. The Cuban team, they came, and after like the first game, like they just disappeared. Like they didn't show up to some games and stuff. It's like they just stayed in the U.S. and never found them again.
What?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Damn, and is that why, like, ever since that day, like, Cuba has never been allowed to qualify for
Probably,
another,
huh?
like, World Cup or something?
Cuba's not the only country that
There's other
have done it.
countries.
Yeah, it's like I
Oh,
think
they're
like
African countries
Panama has done it. Other countries have done it,
Oh, my
but I think Cuba was like
God.
the whole squad. It was like, all right,
Wow, it's nice over here.
Like,
Squat? I can squat this house? Okay. Come on, boys. We got a
Oh,
new mansion.
my goodness. Wow.
Yeah. On to that subject. For the Asian community, I don't think they should be targeting nail salons with the Vietnamese people. I feel like they should be targeting, like, if they have to target the Asian community, it would have to be the Chinese community. Because
Damn. Why?
some of the Chinese people that crossed over the border, some of them were actually CCP. Well, they're mostly pro CCP, but some of them are actual like active PLA soldiers for the Chinese Communist government. So they're here as spies with like, you know, actual orders. So they have an agenda. They know where to meet. They've discovered some new information where these soldiers find out where they need to meet up with other soldiers, and start carrying out their orders. They're playing the long game.
Yeah, I mean, I heard,
So
like,
we don't know for sure what they're gonna do.
yeah, with that, like, I heard reports that, you know, like, the Chinese would send their people on vacation, you know, to, like, Mexico with some intel or some, you know, like, agenda. And then once if they can make it over the border, they meet up with some, like, people that are on the edge, you know, of society, people that have like some evil agenda, like terrorism, you know, and they'll just like link up with them and provide them resources or some information and persuade them to, you know, follow through with their thoughts. So,
I mean,
yeah.
there's still lots of cities in the U.S. that have the Chinese Communist Party's secret police stations. Nearly every state has them. But some have already been raided, like the one in New York. But some are still hidden and active.
wait. So they had a police station, CCP
Illegal.
police
Yeah.
station in New York.
Yeah.
Wait, how does that work? Like,
So they're going after people that are like anti-CCP. So, you've been talking crap. They get information from their government to go after those people and take care of the problem.
bro, the Chinese don't give a fuck, right?
And,
It's
like, if let's say you're an author talking shit about the government in China, and you're in New York, you know, just talking shit the whole time, making money off it. They got soldiers and police officers, illegal police officers there to like find out where you're at and make sure you disappear.
Sheesh.
But I'm not gonna go too deep in the rabbit hole because, you know, I might be next.
Damn.
I love all governments, for the record. I love everyone.
Oh. Oh, now it's too quiet. But yeah. So, I mean, yeah, you said that they already cracked down on them.
A few of them, yeah. But definitely, we do have a big spy issue in this country. Ever since the Biden administration was very laxed on the border crisis, so they just let everyone in.
Yeah, so they're gonna attack us soon. It's every country that hates America.
They're there.
They've set up something in here already. So it's
like during the Biden administration, the FBI's top 10 most wanted, they got none of the fugitives. But within Trump's administration, within the first month, they got like 2 or 3 of them. I'm like, what's been happening?
Yeah, I mean, with Biden's administration, y'all know what was going on. They're trying to win the election, like let people in, house them in like those random counties and towns where like you can, the votes can, just be swayed one way. Like
they were
just
trying to legalize them to vote, like, even though they weren't citizens.
Yeah, turn it blue. Like then that was their plan, and then now that they lost, it's like, now we have all these extra people here. Now what are we gonna do? So, yeah. But yeah, you guys said, now all these people that hate America are already situated here, and it's crazy because that is kind of scary to think about, because even without those people, there are people living in America that hate America. Yeah. Like people born in America that hate America, like the neo-Nazis and the Antifa people,
or liberals,
Oh.
Whoa, calm down. I love all people.
Oh. What were they all saying? It's like, if Trump wins, I'm going to move out this country and never come back.
Canada.
Go to Canada, go to
like,
Europe or something.
Yep.
And then they said Mexico too, and then Mexico said,
we'll chop your head off or something.
We'll close the border on you.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy that, oh man.
Or go to India or something,
What's crazy is both sides have said, I'm going to leave the country if Obama or Trump becomes president, and they're still here. Like, can y'all all leave so I can drive to work in peace? I don't want no cars.
And yeah, I mean, like, it's just this whole like system in America needs to be reformed, because I think the last time that we had an election where like more than 2 parties were like in contention was, I want to say it was like during Bill Clinton's run, but then I forget the guy's name. He was part of like the Independent Party or like the Green Party or something like that, but like he fucked up so bad that that's why we moved to now like just this like 2 like party system, Democrat and Republican.
Wait, he was like a libertarian or something?
Yeah, like some other party, like outside of the 2. I forget his name. I wish we had a Jamie to search it up. But
was it?
Our Jamie is drunk and he didn't even show up.
He was like very famous, right?
Yeah, like
he was about the what's it called?
You can search it if you need to.
He was like during the Clinton, like the 90s. That was the last time where there was a 3rd party that was taken seriously, And ever since then, they just always kept it 2-party system. And with this 2-party system, I'm just kind of tired of it, because honestly, I don't care, Democrat, Republican, whatever, man. But can the candidate please, whoever comes up, can we just like for once go to like when you address the nation or Senate, can you like bring up your agenda and then be like, hey guys, do we all agree with this or not? Or like something like, can we all come to a consensus? Because at the end of the day, you are the face of a country of 320 million people. You're not trying to lead a country of only like 160, million people or something like that, like I understand that now with this 2-party system, you have a obligation to represent your constituents and the people that vote for you, but at the end of the day, why don't these people think, wouldn't we be better off if we all just unite, like we have the same goal? And I know it's irrational to say, like, of course you're never gonna make 320 million people all happy, but can we at least reach 75% of the country being in unison, rather than like it feels like 60-40 or 55-45, and then like meanwhile, you look at countries like China, like we're over here every 4 years worrying about who the next president is. China, they know who their president is all the time. And it's crazy because for all the shit that I give China, no matter what, right? Even when they leave their country and they come to I see them in the US, they'll still be like, oh, China, number one. Like they still have this sense of united, Chinese, power under, one flag, one system and stuff. And here we are, we're all Americans and we can't even come to a freaking agreement on anything. It seems like. And how are we gonna fight when war does break out? What's gonna happen?
That's when we do unite. That's when race, colors doesn't matter.
He's right. He's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna unite with other pastors on the plane and fly the hell out of here.
All right.
You go underground.
Me and the pilot are just gonna be cheering.
No, he said pastors, not rabbis. Why does he go underground? Hold on.
Rabbits?
No, rabbis.
For that issue,
Jays.
I feel like both parties are in bed together, and this system's too corrupt. There's no way to really solve it. And
what if that's the best way though? 50-50.
They're together, working together against us, making sure that they do nothing every time they win, which is true. And the billionaires are the ones that have influence to influence all the news and shit. But I wish America would follow Iceland's, way of handling the billionaires.
What happens there? You can't just say that and be like,
So basically, they basically applied the laws, enforced the laws on them. Like how in the US, if you're rich, you can get away with anything. You just pay off the right people. But in Iceland, they were like, nice try, buddy. We're going to take your money now. And you lose everything. And you're going to jail.
Yeah, because there's only 5 billionaires in Iceland.
You know how people are the rich have to be taxed more than billionaires? Do y'all believe in that? Or it's they did their due diligence, they did all their work, they worked hard as fuck for it, they got lucky.
It's tough because
that's, I don't know, because I think there should be a proportion, right? You should be taxed according to whatever you make. But the thing is, I believe that everyone, if we all, we have to pay taxes, so they should have to pay taxes. But the thing is, not more, I would say, but at least pay your dues. They don't pay shit. They find way to pay nothing. Yeah. That's the part that I don't really agree with.
I believe they should pay more, but 1% more, 2% more, nothing crazy. It's where they're it's my money. It's 1 or 2%, something,
or maybe even not even pay more, but maybe if they're all entrepreneurs and businessmen, right? And they have people working for them, maybe to stimulate the economy. There should be some program to help give bonuses to all the employees. Instead of in taxes, give it to the people. People spends it in the economy. It boosts the overall strength of our GDP, right? So,
just basing it off my in the past when I had my American government professor, he told me by statistics, if you tax them less, they'll spend more in this country. If you tax them more, they'll find ways to not spend in this country but go to other countries and find loopholes and so on and so forth.
That's why the government has to enforce that shit. They don't.
They don't enforce shit, man.
And that's not really fair, normal people, they have to abide by the laws and all these. But then, you can't really you can see the bad examples that are set by the people that are supposed to be in power. Nancy Pelosi, insider trading, gets away with it year after year because her husband is a genius stock market guru, apparently, right? He just knows all the moves in the market and then does the investment.
Years old.
Yeah, somehow, always predicts it. So
I'll push you down the hill.
So it's when you're a billionaire, right, and you see something like that, it's hold on. Why would we follow the laws when the people that make the laws don't follow the laws themselves? So it all starts somewhere, right? this country needs a lot of change, you know, and the people that are in positions of influence and power needs to set the good example. And sadly, that's just not going to happen. Like, it's unrealistic to even wish that. So we as regular people, we just got to try to find ways to also, you know,
corrupt.
slip through the...
See, and that's where the problem...
That
like,
is where the
yeah,
problem lies. But like,
Man.
but like, what, like, if the rich can't even, like, the rich and the influential in our society can't even, you know, like, take down the system, how are you as a regular person gonna do it? You're gonna be the next Boeing whistleblower trying to take down the system. You're gonna be found dead in your like house, and it's just like, okay.
Or, you know, have you heard of the OpenAI?
Yeah, the
whistleblower?
OpenAI, that was insane. His apartment looked like a fight happened in there.
Yeah.
Like,
You saw the podcast with the mother, right? She was...
oh, she hopped on a podcast?
She hopped on the podcast, and yeah, she believes it's a setup. Like, they recorded the whistleblower's room afterwards. There were drawers like just pulled out. There were like a lot of weird stuff in there, you know.
Like they were trying to clean all the documents out, no
Yo.
traces left behind.
And there was 2 gunshots to the head,
Yeah.
and like he had a lot of abrasions in his tongue and his mouth. So maybe it was like
Damn.
I don't know.
They said that was a
Yeah, like-
suicide.
yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell?
And
Yeah.
his alcohol level was like 1.8, and his mom said he was like never really a drinker like that. Like it
You
was
can force
just
someone to drink with
social
torture
settings, you
methods,
know? Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And
I mean,
Definitely
that's
a cover up of
like,
something,
just
too.
like the Boeing like whistleblower. It's like, oh, suicide, but the gunshot wound was in the back of the head.
yeah, you could do it, man. Just yeah, just
I don't know.
I mean, you could do that, but like, why would you? Unless like you're a fucking asshole.
I
You're
mean,
like,
I don't
I
know.
want people to question my.
I don't know if you could do it, right? Because I'm trying to do this, and like this is already pretty hard, and a gun is much bigger.
Bro, you could touch both hands behind your back like that. You could easily just.
yeah, just
Nah, for real, look. Do this.
yeah, just no. But you would have to hold the gun like this, like with your thumb on the trigger, like somewhere like this, you know, and then you pull, because there's no way that you can even pull the trigger like doing this.
I feel like with the leverage, like holding the gun to your head like this, and then like holding it like that, you could easily like
yeah, I mean you could, but it's
imagine
like
a shotgun, like in the back of the head, trying to do that.
yeah, that's Kurt Cobain if he did yoga.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, if he had long toes,
Kurt Cobain like did like a he lay on his stomach and like made like a freaking U with his body, you know.
it's like reverse downward dog. You know,
There has been I mean, remember last year there was a recording of that one health insurance CEO shooting himself. Then they randomly blamed a bystander named Luigi.
Oh, there you
Free
go.
Luigi, by the way.
There you go.
So they got an innocent
Yo.
man. They got
my
innocent man in
God.
jail because the CEO decided to shoot himself.
Oh,
And then
no.
they put an AI video showing that some random Italian guy that you can't even see wearing all the hoodies
I mean,
and
you
clothes.
saw the eyebrows, right? Like the one on the video, and then you see Luigi's eyebrows, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
even
random-
the
I told
jacket
you, a
is not
random
the same
bystander.
thing.
Yep.
A completely random bystander is in jail right now.
Yeah, I
The
just.
CEO shot himself.
I mean, yeah, I mean, we
Because he needed money. He probably needed money to help his family. He's like, oh man, let me bump up the insurance for myself, and all right, you shoot me. All right,
yeah, we all
he
thought
faked
that
his death.
too.
He probably faked his death.
Like for all we know, Luigi could be like a CIA agent that they're just like, hey, just take the fall for this, and you're done. You can just retire somewhere.
We'll say you're in jail. Like,
Yeah,
who's gonna know?
yeah, like disappear. That's it. So they
Or
have
they
to.
probably tricked them just like the CIA always does. Like Osama. Yeah, man, you're all freedom fighters. Just do this. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Watch Nintendo put like Easter eggs in the next Luigi game or something. Watch, they're like the Japanese are fucking crazy like that.
Luigi Mansions 4. Instead of a vacuum, you can unlock like a gun, like a suppressor.
It'd be cool if Call of Duty did a mission like that. Instead of no Russian, no American, and you're playing as Luigi.
Oh my god, that sounds like some Splinter Cell like game right there. Tom Clancy like Splinter Cell mission. Eliminate the target.
Has another country made up like a Call of Duty game, but with like, let's say Russia? They made a video game with Russian soldiers like invading America.
Invading. Wait, isn't there a game called? Oh no, that was Korea, right? Korea. There was a game called Homefront, or what was it called? Like Homefront 1 and 2. There was that series where like you had to defend America from like the North Korean invasion.
That was a movie. Yeah.
No, it was a game. Like,
okay.
You remember that? I think it was called like Homefront, like 1 or 2.
But like, why hasn't China? Since they hate America, why haven't they made like a AAA game with like China versus US and China comes up on top?
Yep, Homefront. It's a first-person shooter video game where it's talking about the resistance movement fighting in the near future against the military occupation of the Western U.S. by a reunified Korea. Yeah.
Oh, shit. That sounds like a fun game, man.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's fun. I forgot. Like one of our friends played it back then, and it looked okay. I never played it myself, but I know there's a second part, so maybe 1 was pretty good for them to have that kind of budget. And yeah, a game where Russia invades the U.S. I think the closest game that we have is like not Russia invade the U.S., but there's that like game that takes place kind of like in like that Eastern European like setting. I think it's called, was it Escape from Tarkov?
Yeah.
That game is pretty funny. Like,
oh shit,
Escape from Tarkov, hilarious like gameplay.
With how Russia's handling Ukraine, I don't think it would work with America. But, if China invaded U.S., back in the past, I didn't believe they could. But now, with nowadays, how the politics is, yeah, we're more divided than ever, and China might just beat our asses.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I don't know. Maybe this is all like a facade by the U.S. Like, they just do this so they can dare, like, these countries, like, because
justifies an attack back. Probably.
Because like we see now, like it's the time, right, to attack, and maybe there's something that these countries know because the U.S. has something behind the curtains that they've already told them about. Like, fuck around and find out. That's why no one has tried it yet.
Yeah,
because it's like, go ahead, try it if you want to.
It's like, try to take over Taiwan. See what will happen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see?
I was like, go ahead. You're right next to it. We're far away.
You see?
Go ahead. We're just the United States of America with bases surrounding your entire country. Just go ahead and invade Taiwan.
Yeah, like, you see? Like, there's China as powerful as they are, and they can't even take over that tiny little island that they've had their eye on for, like, decades.
Yeah, what's going on?
There has to be a reason, right? Like, the U.S. is not, like, some... We might have a lot of problems, but when shit hits the fan, everyone can just like kind of drop what they're doing and say, "Hey, what's happening over there?" Like, like white people in scary movies. Like, we might be like having a bonfire over here, and you hear scream, "Oh man, let's go check it out!" Like, what's going on over there?
It's like when Trump's first presidency, North Korea threatened him. Well, threatened the U.S. Oh, you ain't gonna show up. You guys scared. You guys are going shit. Then Trump sends the whole Navy there right next to him. Okay, we're in your territory now. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, let's talk about this. Let's work it out.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's what you remember when Trump first got elected. What's his name? Freaking Winnie the Pooh in China, like Xi Jinping. Yeah. Like, he was like, we're looking forward to like peaceful coexistence.
Yeah, before that he said the opposite.
Yeah, but when Biden was in office, he was like full on, like full court press. Then Trump came, he said, "Hey, we're looking forward to a peaceful coexistence now. No troubles, man, no troubles." So maybe there's something that we don't know. Like, it's kind of like we're the U.S. is like Allstate. We're in good hands. just they distract us with like nonsense, but they're really prepared at a moment's notice. Like that one like general that had that clip that like is famous on the internet where he's like the last line he said is like, "So help me God, you're was it like you'll be raising sons and daughters with no like fathers and mothers." Like
Yeah.
yeah, you remember that clip? Yeah.
I think that was General Mathis, probably.
Yeah.
He was the Marines like greatest general, still alive today.
Yep. So that's why like fuck around and find out. Don't try it. Don't try it.
Because that's the thing. I don't think any nation can really beat us. Because we have the most war experience.
Well, I think
Yeah.
it's about that time, guys.
Yeah, we can-
Thanks for watching this episode. Next
Yeah.
episode, we're gonna do another Cigars Unbanded. So
Yeah.
stick around.
Yeah. So we'll see you guys then. But until next time, y'all keep on burning those cigars, but don't inhale.
Stay around and find out.